First question's from Ali from Maryland. Who's worse, the Jets or the Giants?
You know what? I'm gonna be real, Ali. That's a great question,
It's an
dude. That
amazing
is
question.
a Ali. Thank you for that question, dude. Like, that's a great way to start. Wow, what a great way to start the segment. You know what? I think personnel wise, the difference between I think personnel wise, like they're both pretty bad. I think personnel wise, though, at this point, um, I think the Giants are, believe it or not. And
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
I think
I
everyone's
think
interested in hearing why.
see, the thing with the Jets is when you look at the Jets, I know what you're going to say about the Jets. Like, the defense doesn't do shit, even though I think their defense actually, I think the Giants have more talent and more potential defensively. I think
I,
the Jets actually have a better defense.
I don't think that.
Personally, I do. And I think the thing that holds the Jets back is Adam Gase. Once again, how does that man continue to fail upward? I don't know. Maybe he took Lane Kiffin's class on how to fail upward. I don't know. But I think the Giants, dude, like we've spoken about this before. We saw Daniel Jones, dude. I think Daniel Jones is actually a broke man's Eli, which is saying a lot because besides the two Super Bowl MVPs, Eli was just a big hump, like a big hunk of mediocrity throughout his entire career. And to be a broke man's Eli, I mean, dude, they traded up for this man. They traded
He
up
was
to take this man.
Daniel Jones was a sixth overall pick in the draft.
They traded up to take this man. And to be completely honest with you, when they lost Saquon, like now you're asking a dude who is a broke man's version of mediocrity to carry your franchise. It's just no. At least Sam Darnold, dude. We know Sam Darnold. Once you give him some weapons, once you give Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold really has nothing. Besides Le'Veon Bell, which is like he's
Well,
been
he doesn't. He
mediocre since
doesn't
he
even
left
have
Pittsburgh.
Le'Veon Bell anymore. Bell's injured.
Right. That right. So I think the Jets actually have once they get rid of Adam Gase, I think the Jets actually have a brighter future. Like, dude, look at what the Giants have, dude. Like, look at what the Giants have. The Giants have Jason Garrett, who as much as people I don't know, dude, as much as people want to give
Jason
Jason Garrett
Garrett.
shit,
I mean, I don't think he's really done wonders for that offense. That offense seems to be doing the exact same thing they were doing last year, which is become the epitome of mediocrity. It's just, I think
he
any
found a way
offense,
to
no,
run.
no matter who the quarterback is, I don't think the Giants have ever really had, that guy at quarterback who's going to be, that perennial MVP, that franchise staple. I mean, other than Eli Manning, and that's only because what did he do? He won two Super Bowl MVPs. But for the rest of his time, he only made the playoffs like, what, two more times? So Eli Manning,
I
was
honestly
probably.
think Kerry Collins might have been
Kerry.
better.
No,
Kerry Collins.
no, but Kerry Collins, too. What was he as a quarterback? He was mediocre. Kerry Collins never actually made a Pro Bowl. Kerry Collins never made it past, or he never won the Super Bowl. And when he did go to the Super Bowl, what happened? He ran there to that
All right.
2000s Ravens defense, and he got shit on. So the point I'm trying to make though
Defense.
is I just don't think the Giants are that team that's gonna have that franchise quarterback unless this year they just go all in on the tank, which I don't even think they need to work on. I think they're gonna do that anyway. They're probably gonna get a top 3 pick the way they're going, and they're gonna be able to get a quarterback, whether it's Justin Fields, whether it's that man from Clemson that you personally don't like. They're gonna be able to get that guy, I think,
Oh, you mean
next year.
Sunshine?
Yeah, Sunshine.
I mean, dude, we already saw Chicago. Chicago took what? They took Trubisky third or second overall.
Yep,
I think
second
it took that
overall.
man second overall, and his career is pretty much over. So it would not surprise me if they're not even actively tanking, but if they really just if nothing changes, like the only thing that could really like mess them up is if they just decide like we're gonna mess up this tank. Like the Jets. The way the Jets that one year won too many games. The only way they could screw themselves over was they won too many
Yeah,
games
I think that was last year you're
and
talking
ruined their
about.
draft pick.
They went six and
Yeah,
two
they
down the
actually
stretch last year.
and actually made their draft pick worse. That's the only possible way I could see the Giants actually ruining this tank. That their best bet would just be just with the Bears. Like at least the Bears had Big Dick Nick to take over for Trubisky. They don't even like the Giants have nothing. The Giants, who was Eli's backup? What, Davis Webb? Who was
It
that?
was, I think
Who
it
is
was,
that?
yeah, it was Davis Webb, and that was the guy that you guys were actually trying to build around before you drafted Daniel Jones. And
That's what
the
I'm
funny
saying.
part is, he actually might have been just as good or just as effective in that offense as Daniel Jones is right now. And you guys spent a sixth overall pick on Danny Dimes.
That's why I think their best bet would just be, take a page out of Chicago's book. I don't care how high you drafted this man; he has yet to perform.
It's damn sure not going to be uh, Daniel Jones, right? So the Giants right now, I think they're on a track to win about 2 to 3 games. The way things are looking, and if you look at Daniel Jones for his career, what is he? He's just starting his 15th game, and he's 3-12. So he's right around that 3-13 mark for his career. That team's not getting any better. The team's not getting any. Coaching isn't getting any better under Joe Judge. So I think the Giants are in a very unique position. Because this is a hard question. We're picking between the Jets and the Giants. Because you can argue the Jets have the worst coach. The Jets have probably the worst coach in the entire league. The most overrated sack of shit coaching their football team. The dude who, the only reason he's even a coach in the NFL is because he was Peyton's offensive coordinator for like 2 years. If he didn't have Peyton, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. Because Adam
I
Gase would be an assistant at Denver, or he would have been an assistant somewhere else at like Jackson State University. He wouldn't have been the head coach of a National Football League team.
let alone Jets.
Let alone the New York team.
Let alone right. I don't know how this man keeps getting head coaching. I don't know how this man keeps getting head coaching jobs. Like I said before, dude, he is the NFL's Lane Kiffin. He finds a way to fail upward. It doesn't make any sense.